We were gone for just like a week. We took a week. We took a breath. We celebrated our 100th episode a few weeks ago, and now we're back with you guys. Excited to be back in the building. Excited to have you guys back. Come on into the broadcast. Say what's up. We got some special stuff going on. We have an amazing guest, and we're going to actually do a live call-in today. So jump in. If you're watching it by replay, don't be calling my phone. Don't you even dare call me after this is over talking about I'm the third caller. I'm not answering. Okay, so we're going to try this, though, live on the show. We want to welcome everybody in. As everybody comes in again, please say hello. Let us know you're in the building. Hey, Amber, welcome to the broadcast. Glad to have you guys. Welcome back to the party. The party is getting started again. Lucas Live is alive and well. I, Lucas Tyndall, the host. If you don't know me, my name is Lucas Tyndall. I am the host of Lucas Live, owner of Lucas Live Media. Excited to be here for another show. I just am ready to roll. Tina, welcome to the show. I'm excited. I can't help it. We celebrated that 100th episode. It was so much fun. It was so exciting. We had live call-in. We had a live caller. And so the live caller kind of showed me that it would be cool to have live callers. So today we're going to have live callers. Hey, Miss Corinne Marie Tyndall, my beautiful wife. She's joining us. I don't know if she's in the house, literally in the building, or just in the building out there on social media somewhere, sweetie. I don't know where you are, honey. I lost you. I don't know where you're at. I hope you're safe, and I do love you, okay? So wherever you are in the world, somewhere out there, I hope you're doing great, and I'll see you soon. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're on episode 101, 102. I don't know where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of episodes. We got a lot of things going on. It's been so much fun. You guys have been so great. And we're going to keep bringing you guys great content, great guests, great information, great education, motivation, liberation. Our guest today, if you don't know Miss Courtney Chester, you should know her. Like, if you don't know her, I don't know where you've been, okay? She did, like, this detox thing, and everybody from Canton to Maston to Alliance to Akron to Cleveland, I don't know what was going on, but everybody I ran into, I was trying to go meet people for meetings, like breakfast and lunch meetings, and this true story, I sat down with somebody, including my wife, and they was like, I can't eat. Wait a minute. I'm on the Courtney Chester, don't eat nothing, drink some juice plan. I was like, wait a minute. We said we was going to breakfast. Who said you was going to be on the Courtney Chester, drink juice from the earth plan today during my breakfast time? So, but I respected their call, their wish, their deal. But I ate my breakfast because I didn't know. Nobody told me to sign up for the Courtney Chester, drink juices and live long life program. My wife was on it too. I see my wife walking around looking all, she was glowing. I was like, what is the new glow? What is this, new makeup or something? And she's like, no, Courtney Chester gave me some fruit juices from the earth and the herbals, and now my life has been replenished. I was like, wow, nobody told me. But to be honest, I did get a shot, ladies and gentlemen. My wife had something in the fridge. It was like early COVID, right? So we was all scared anyway, right? I'm over here drinking emergency and apple cider vinegar with the mother and all this junk. Anyway, I was making concoctions like I ain't getting the Rona. And then my wife was like, I seen these juices up here in the fridge one day. They just appeared. And I was like, and one day my wife was like, you want to take a shot? I was like, babe, I don't drink all like that. I might have a glass of wine or something, but I don't be just taking shots. She was like, nah, it's different. It's going to change your life. So I took a shot of the Courtney Chester juicy juice from the herbal earths, and I drank it. It cleared my sinuses, it cleared my calendar, it cleared my life out. My mind was free, my sinuses was clear, my digestive system was good. I was just free. My pores opened up. It was amazing. All right, so if you guys haven't checked out Miss Courtney Chester, you guys are gonna meet her shortly. And she's going to tell you all about her business, tell you how you guys can, get some of what she has to offer, learn how she started on this journey, learn more about her and her life. So it's going to be great. So let me take another minute to say hello to some people jumping in. Amanda Jean Dukes, the wonderful producer of Lucas Live Media. So glad to have you here. Thank you so much for everything you do. Amanda coordinates getting all these guests on the show. I have a million ideas and a million people and all this stuff, and she brings it all together. She reaches out to people. She makes the calendar, makes the schedule, makes it work. Shout out to her. If you're thinking about doing a podcast, video or audio podcast, Amanda Jean Dukes at Dukes Multimedia is the girl to talk to. She can help you make it happen. Shout out to Sarah Ray. How are you, my friend? Our young Miss Naya. Shout out to her daughter Naya, who is at Miami University. How is she doing? I saw a little post that the house she's moving into, has a little Rona scare going on. I will go get her. So you let me know, because I will go down and get my girl Naya. So you let me know if Naya's good, because I'll jump on the road and drive to Miami of Ohio. I don't even know where it's at, but I'll find it and I'll go rescue her. Okay, so you let me know. All right, Jackie, hello. She said, I did her first fast and it was so refreshing. It has encouraged me to really think about what I'm putting into my body and make small steps toward change. Amen. Hallelujah. Shout out to Jackie. Thank you so much for sharing that information. I know a lot of y'all took this thing. Half the city was doing it. I'm telling y'all, the grocery stores was mad. They was about to come for her. They was like, wait a minute, our sales are down. What is going on? Everybody like, I'm on the Courtney Chester, don't eat nothing, drink this juice plan. And life was changed. Oh no, my girl Naya is quarantined in her room. Let us pray for my girl. Quarantined in her room. How you go to college and get quarantined in your room? That is rough. Times are tough. It's all good. What's up, my man Rook? Shout out to you. What's up, my man? Glad to have you in the house. Appreciate it, my man. Good touching base with you the other day. In Messenger, I think we touched base recently. Glad to have you here. Thank you guys so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to take any longer. Y'all know I could go. I'm just excited to be back with y'all. I actually was doing virtual training all day. So I've been sitting here in front of this camera in this same spot, except I had on like some professional gear or something, and there's probably somebody who was in that training with me who's watching on LinkedIn now, because I was like, connect with me on LinkedIn. And some of them did. And they probably are like, this ain't the same dude. Like, it looked kind of like the same dude, but he was like pronouncing his words right earlier. And now he's just relaxed. So I'm going to relax. And if you're here, welcome. This is me as well. I'm just comfortable. It's all good. All right. All good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to delay any longer. I want to welcome to the show my wonderful guest. She is the owner of Life Liquids. She teaches mental health and holistic health. She helps people get it all the way together. She has a huge heart, just a kind person. I know her and her husband, just great people. They got the cutest little kids in the world. Just wonderful, wonderful people, all about serving others, all about serving their community. And she's here today to share with us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Miss Courtney Chester. Welcome to the show.
Hey.
Hey, welcome. Courtney, now, I said that I might say this on the show, and we laughed about it before the show. You were one of those people, and I've told the people who else it was Officer Sharp and Alec, and there's a list of people that were on like the short list of people who had to come on the show. I always say it was the napkin list. It was like this list of people who were like day one. I'm like, I got to get these people on the show. So you and your husband, Nate, and he will be on the show at some point soon, because you're going to help us make that happen. We're on the short list to come on the show just because of your impact in the community. Courtney, let's start by you telling us a little bit about yourself and why is serving your community something that's so important? Because that's what everybody knows you from.
Well, first of all, I just want to say it's an honor to be on the show finally.
Yes, glad you're here.
I think you're doing amazing things. I love you and your wife. I know you don't like compliments, but I am giving them all to you because you deserve it.
Thank you. We love you too. And we appreciate it. And yes, I'm like, even my 100th episode, people are like saying stuff to me. I'm like, yeah, but back to you. So I don't know how to deal with it. It's funny because my love language is words of affirmation. So my wife knows that, right? So I do appreciate it. I just don't know how to function. Like I'm so used to like pushing it outward. So anyway, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And you were someone we wanted on the show for a long time. And your name is everywhere. People are like, Courtney Chester. Nothing but wonderful things about you. Why is serving your community something that's been so important to you?
Well, so, I've grown up in Canton, Ohio, so born and raised here. I'm a Bulldog.
Shout out to the Bulldogs. Even though we lost to them sorry Tigers. Shout out to the Bulldogs.
I know. But no, so, this is home to me. It always will be. And so I just feel like sometimes, we can have a bad rep. And so I want to be one of those people who is actually shedding some light, because we have amazing things here, and we have amazing people like you and your wife here. And I feel like we have so much potential. So, I try not to focus on the negative. I try to focus on the positive. And so, it is important to me to be a part of my community, knowing what's going on, and helping make it a better place.
I love it. And I think it's so important because we live in a community that can often get down on itself, right? Like even more than outsiders looking in saying something's wrong and there's too many shootings and too much, violence and whatever. People from Canton can be the worst people about Canton. They're like, Canton's the worst. Canton's terrible. It's like, we have to work to change it, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, and we see that all the time. We do, where I hate Canton, I hate where I live, but it's like, I read a quote once that said, it's not the place that makes it beautiful, it's the people, it's what you do to change it, it's what you make it. So, you can go to the beautiful place in the world and still have the same, negative perception. So, it's best if we just focus on where we are and what we have and make the best of it.
I love that. It is important. It's really, Amanda said, look at her glow. Hey, Amanda, my producer, right? Amanda.
It's funny. Amanda.
Amanda is the producer, so she's also looking at the production quality. And you asked earlier if your lighting was good. I'm like, yeah, your lighting is really good. So Amanda's like, you're glowing. It might be the juices. We're going to get to that in a minute. You don't even have light on, do you? We're going to find out in a minute. She's a light bearer. She brings the light. So let's talk a little bit about that. And we'll get back into some of the things you've done in community and youth and some of the other things. But let's jump into this fast that people were doing with you. What was that about? Where did that idea come from? Help us understand.
So, my health journey, it's kind of a long story, but I was battling with something called adenomyosis. And so it's something that women can deal with. It's very similar to endometriosis, which is more popular. So the endometriosis is on the outside of the uterus, and the adenomyosis is on the inside. So I was dealing with adenomyosis, and it just was causing some very painful symptoms. And long story short, I had went to 4 different doctors looking for answers. I traveled to Cleveland, just trying to find some answers, because it was very painful. It was hard to function. It was hard to be a mom sometimes. And they all said to get a hysterectomy. So, each and every one. And the last one was like, I'm sorry, I'm going to tell you the same thing. It's get a hysterectomy, or we can try birth control again. And, I personally have always leaned more towards being more natural. So I don't, who wants to be cut on? Not me.
Right. No, not I. No, thank you.
Yeah, let's not. So, so after the 4th doctor, I did try this birth control device, and, she talked it up, and it made things worse, actually. Wow. So I went back 2 weeks later, asked her to take it out, and she refused to take it out. She said that it was a $10,000 device, and I needed to give my body some time to get used to it. She did not feel comfortable taking it out. And I'm like,
it's my body. Right.
Yeah, I don't care how much it costs. It's not working for me.
Right.
And the crazy thing is, and this is something that I always stress to people now, going in, I knew that I shouldn't have got the device. I had a little bit of anxiety about it. I knew, even her inserting it, I knew, like, I had a panic attack. I knew that it was not something that was for me, but I was like, well, what else is there to do? And I went ahead and went against my intuition, which is something a lot of women do, and we need to stop doing that. Because had I listened, and my body was letting me know, because I had a panic attack, had I listened, it would have saved me the trouble.
Wow.
But we go through what we need to go through. So
that's big. I think now let me stop for a second, and don't forget where you're at in your story. I think it's real. I love what you said about women trusting their intuition. I think as people in general, we take our intuition for granted. It is a gift from God. It is something that we have. Every animal on the earth aren't nearly as intelligent, but the one thing they do is trust their instinct. If they don't know one danger from the next, they just know that's danger. They know that thing is food. They know that thing is a predator. They know know that, and instinctively they do things. We are so smart that we have outsmarted our own intuition. And so that part of us that's saying no, we're like, well, it is the way. It is the world's way. It is the doctor's way. It is all these people said the same thing. Who am I to question them, even about my own body? So we're going to talk more about living in the box as well in the future. So go ahead. So you went against your own intuition, and they put in the device, it made things worse, and now you're telling them, please take this thing out, and they're like, no, I'm good. You're like, what?
Yeah. So, I basically, you don't really want someone who is getting confrontational with you to be touching on you anyways. So I just said, I'm no longer a client. I'm no longer a patient. And I went to Planned Parenthood, and I had them take it out the very same day. Okay. And that's when I was like, okay, I have to obviously pray about it, and then I have to do something for myself. Yeah. And so I started to research, natural living and, ways to naturally heal your wound. And so it was about a year and a half that I literally changed my diet. I started juicing. My husband bought me a juicer for our anniversary, and I just went to work. And I was very determined and motivated because I didn't want a hysterectomy.
Wow.
So that was all the motivation I needed. And then that was also the day that I made a promise to myself to always listen to my intuition. We always have that gut feeling. We always do. And there's so many times where we do something we know we should not have. We know we knew better. We're being hard-headed. And we say, dang, I knew it. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And later we live to regret it. Absolutely.
Yes. So that's why I was like, that was it for me. So that was the start of my healing journey. That was the start of me changing my diet. And so because I was excited about learning all this new stuff, I would share it on my Instagram and my Facebook. So I would share my new juices, and I was just sharing out of excitement. Mm-hmm. However, a lot of people would be like, hey, would you make this for me if I bought this stuff, or are you going to start selling this, or, asking me different questions. And my husband, being the businessman that he is, was like,
the deep thinker. Nate is such a brilliant dude. He's a deep thinker. He's like the deepest, most practical dude in the world. Super deep, and then super practical. Like, well, you gonna sell it, or we gonna make some money? What you gonna do? Let's go. What you waiting for? Like, stop waiting. I'm like,
because I'm not. He's the business. We're complete opposites, actually.
Okay.
So I'm not very. I don't like to put myself out there like that. I like to do my own thing. Mm-hmm. But he encouraged me to, and because I did get a lot of people interested, I was like, okay, let's see what God does with this. Yeah. And the first week that I went public, I think I was in the kitchen for 14 hours. Wow. I made 300 items.
Wow. I know everybody I knew had it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, I want to let you guys know to not go anywhere tonight. Courtney has agreed to do a giveaway tonight, and we're going to do it via live caller. So in just a little bit, I'm going to put up a number that you can call if you're watching live. Again, if you're watching this by replay, don't call me. Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure they knew. So if you're watching this live, I'm going to put the number up in a second. It's going to scroll across your screen. And we're going to say that the third caller is going to win the first prize, and then maybe the fifth caller will win the next one. We'll see. But I'm going to put the number up there in just a minute, and you guys are going to have a chance. So don't go anywhere. You guys want to, get some free. You're giving away sea moss and an elderberry. We're going to talk about that in just a second. First, I need to shout out my wife here, who just said, she said, you need to buy me a juicer, Lucas, live. So thank you, Nate. Yes. Thanks, brother. I guess I gotta buy a juicer. I mean, I don't know what's wrong. One of the things you just put the orange on, not one of those. Not the blender
Those
that
are
I
actually
got you.
great for citrus fruits.
Oh, that's good for. See, I bought her like the most legit Ninja blender for Christmas. I mean,
Mhm.
but there's something else. Okay, I'll
All
talk. Courtney, you can help me
the
out.
kitchen essentials.
All right, you can help me out. So, yes, Corinne said, "Am I allowed to win?" Amanda said, "Can I call?" Y'all can call all day, and we're gonna take some questions. So if you call and you're not the winner, you may be able to ask a question. So if you have a question, you can call. My man Nate Chester is in the building. He just said, "What's up, Lucas?" So Nate, man, you setting the bar up there, my man. You're messing. You got all us brothers out here got to buy juicers. Also, honey, Corinne. You could just buy juice from Courtney. I mean, I think. I mean, I don't know, Courtney. You have to tell us if you're still selling juice or if you got out the juice kitchen. I don't know. So, all right. So let us know. So it went on, and you put this thing out, and it blew up. The whole city was. I know what I saw. Everybody was talking about it. So what was that like?
I was just really grateful. I was really grateful, not just because, people are trusting me and investing in me, but also that they were investing in themselves.
Yeah.
So just the fact that they were even open to trying something, because first of all, I do try to make the juices palatable, but these
Mm-hmm.
are health drinks. And so, not everyone
Get a
is
little
gonna,
strong.
especially like yeah, my favorite is the green lotus, but it's a green juice, so it has kale and spinach, and
Interesting.
a lot of people
Lotus.
are like, oh.
That's like a Wale song, right? Lotus. I don't know. So I don't know what's in the green lotus, but those drinks are the one I had. I think it had like ginger and it had some ginger, and then I know it was definitely a little bit of ginger in there, and it was powerful, right?
Was it
But
spicy?
it was spicy. That's a good way to say it. Yes, it was spicy, but it was
So you
good.
most likely had the sun kissed
Oh yeah, I think
because it
that
has
that sounds right.
cayenne pepper in it.
You slide it. I don't think that's a part of. Anyway, you can explain later. I think that sounds like something the kids be doing, trying to be funny. Throw a little cayenne pepper in your drink. Anyway, so
No.
how did you learn recipes? So you have this idea. You're learning for yourself, and now you create this big demand. How did you learn recipes? How did you have the confidence to go forward and say, "I'm trusting that I'm doing all this right"? I mean, that was a big production. How did that go?
So again, before I even agreed to sell anything, I was focused on myself. I was focused on my own healing. So it was at least a year that I was doing it for myself
Wow,
before, I had the
I didn't
idea
know
of
that. Okay,
switching it out. Yeah. So
yeah,
so I'm coming up on 2 years
wow.
of being in this journey. And so the first full year I was focused, I was selfish, I was focused on myself.
That's all right. You were your first
Yes.
patient. That's important.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So you did it for a year. You learned all these different things. So at that time, was that the experiment stage? You're like googling this stuff,
Yeah,
YouTubing
so
this stuff.
so with the yeah, so with the juicing, there's a lot of the cool thing about nature that I've learned to absolutely love is there's different things that God has put into nature that that's for certain elements, you
Right.
know. So there's certain things that is good for your blood, is good for high blood pressure, weight loss, skin care.
Wow. And most people are sitting
Um,
around uh, buying all these extra things, trying to solve all those problems. And you're saying God put it in the earth already.
exactly. So literally, just I think what I learned and what I'm so appreciative of learning is just, we can eat from the earth because it's all right there for us. So with my condition that I was wanting to cater to, it was a lot of things that, were red. So eating a lot of red things, so beets, and then green juice, anything green, it's literally like eating from the sun. It's like
Mm.
liquid sunshine because it
Mm.
has, all of that goodness in it.
Photosynthesis and stuff we learned about in
Yes.
school. Interesting. Huh.
Yeah, so you're taking that in, and you're nourishing yourself. And so green juice, literally, if you can do a green juice a day, I mean, you'll see the benefits, even if that's just the one thing you do. If you don't want a juice, you can go buy green powder at a health food store. But I do encourage everyone to have a juicer in their home.
Thanks, Courtney. and Nate. So now I guess it's tomorrow when y'all see me out at the store trying to find a juicer. It's because of you guys.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me pause for just a second. First, I want to thank our sponsor. Let me jump over here real quick because I got to find that overlay. Oh, shout out to our sponsor. I'll get our guest back up here in just a second. Shout out to our sponsor, Restream. At Restream.io, Restream allows you to stream broadcast to up to 30 networks at one time. So you guys make sure you check out Restream at Restream.io. Shout out to them for sponsoring the show today. I need to fix this so that I don't have to take my guest down next time I want to show that. Boom, here we go. Back to our guest. All right, Courtney, thank you for being patient. Now listen, we said we're going to, and you said you would be willing to try this with me because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm about to put up a phone number, which is my business line, to allow people to call in and be live on the show via phone. So, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, get ready. We're going to put this number up here at the bottom of the screen. The third caller is going to be the first winner. You will be able to choose from sea moss or elderberry. Sea moss or elderberry. And before we go to that, can you tell us a little bit about the sea moss and the elderberry and what are the benefits of each?
Yeah, sure. So the sea moss is something that grows in the ocean, and it literally helps with everything. So when you first harvest it, it has all types of stuff in it. Sometimes with
sounds kind of gross.
Sand debris, just different stuff from the earth, right? So you do have to clean it. And so I put it into a gel form. And so you can take the tablespoon a day. You can just take it by the tablespoon. It doesn't really have a taste to it. It does have an ocean smell. I put it in my smoothies. I put it in my soups and chili and different bacon mixes. I also put it on my face as a face mask. So I do that like every other day, but you can do it daily. I have people who buy it for eczema, and it really helps soothe your eczema or burn. So it's really, again, just one of those things that we can find on Earth.
Yep.
And you do have to be mindful of your source and where it's coming from, because since it's such a fad right now, since it's so popular, it can be grown in the pool, and so it's not the same thing. So I do have a source in Vietnam.
It can be grown in the pool? That's nasty.
Yeah, people, the industry will do anything to make money, right? Money is everything. So you do just want to make sure you know where you're buying from, but there's a lot of people who sell it, and I know they're legit, so it's worth a try. But it's good for weight loss. It's good for high blood pressure, ulcers, digestive health. I mean, the list goes on.
Amazing. Now, people, Amanda said, sis, I love it because you can put it in a smoothie and put it on your face. That's what I was thinking. Like, man, one minute you're like this, and you're like, this is delicious. The next thing you're running around.
It's not. It doesn't really have a taste to it. So, but the elderberry syrup, so that is something that you also can take a tablespoon a day of. But if you're feeling under the weather, so the main purpose of the elderberry syrup is for the cold and flu.
Okay.
So it's kind of like an alternative over the counter medicine.
Okay.
So you take a tablespoon a day for preventative and protection against that, especially during these sick seasons and with COVID. But if you actually get sick, then you can up it to 4 tablespoons a day. And so to kind of help fight it off.
So it's like nature's tussin. That's what I'm hearing. And nature's
basically
tussin. God had a plan, and we started engineering stuff in the lab and saying, this is going to make you better. And then it doesn't. It just puts you to sleep. And then when you wake up, your body has probably done its own thing, but you think you are better because that NyQuil knocked you out. But, you could just get some sleep.
Yeah. Well, Lucas, it's funny that you said lab, because there is these different sciences lab, but I believe that you can call your own kitchen your healing laboratory, get in your own healing laboratory and whip up your own healing goodies.
Oh, watch out. I love that. That's amazing. Now, again, my wife is listening. So forget dinner. We about to have a lab. She could be putting stuff on her face. And again, it's going to be sea moss. I'm going to be slipping on the floor because it's sea moss on the floor.
Oh,
it's going to get interesting, I'm sure. I'm excited about it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I'm about to put this number up. We had a live caller, 2 live callers last week as we celebrated our 100th episode. They just happened to call my phone because they actually have my number, right? And we just did it live and it was a lot of fun. Now we're about to do something that we've never done on Lucas Live before. Shout out to Courtney for being willing. She was like, sure, go for it. Whatever happens, we'll figure it out. So I'm about to put up this number. You guys are going to have a chance to call. I hope nobody crazy calls because, I guess something crazy could happen. I hope not. But you guys bear with us. This is live. We're live on LinkedIn, Periscope, Facebook, YouTube. Who knows what could happen here. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. You might be watching on your phone, so you can't call. That's cool. Then if you're watching on your phone, you need to cast it to your TV or get a tablet or a computer. You need to get creative here. You need to be all in to Lucas Live. You should have a whole setup, all right? Take your kid's tablet. Take their phone. You pay for it, all right? Now's the time. Grab your kid's phone. Put them in timeout for asking questions, all right? Get with us, all right? So here you guys go. I'm going to put it on the bottom of the screen. We're going to see what happens. If you want to call in, third caller is going to get to choose either the sea moss or the elderberry. Courtney's giving it out free to one of our guests tonight. We're so excited about that. We're really excited. Shout out to Monique Lane. She made a great comment earlier that I wanted to say, but she said, I love what you're doing, Courtney. Working in Western medicine, I find myself very conflicted by some of the practices. A pill is not always the way. Nutrition is medicine. Love that. Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, be the third caller and you can win. I hope I put the right number up here. I'm just tricking you guys. Let me see if this is working. We're excited to see what happens here with our third caller, 216-755-4840. 216-755-4840. The number is there. We're waiting on you guys to call in and win. Oh, it sent me to voicemail. Maybe everybody's calling at once and it's sending people to voicemail. I don't have us. Oh, wait. Somebody went to voicemail. I had a Naya Smith called. Hold up. I got to call her back. Hold on. I'm calling Naya back. Let's see what happens.
Naya. Hey,
I love
Naya.
You know Naya? Let me cut
Me too. Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Let me get the mic over here.
Hello?
Naya? This is Lucas. You're live on Lucas Live. How are you? This is great. You're our first live caller on a legit call on purpose. We've never really done this on purpose before. We're excited to have you. Courtney says hello.
Hi.
So I said hi. I wish I was the third caller.
Oh, she wanted me to... Listen, I may not even get to a third caller. You might win because I don't know what I'm doing. This is our first time. People are going to voicemail. They're frustrated. They're probably not watching the show now. They dropped off. Who knows what's going to happen? So Naya, why call in? Why do you care? Why would you want to be the third caller? What do you see as some of the benefits of what Courtney is sharing?
Well, I am currently in college at school, and things are kind of crazy health related. And so I've drank some of her juices, and me and my mom did her 3-day detox and felt great. And learning new ways to take care of my body and to be more healthy, especially while I'm at college during the crazy virus, is just something that's important to me.
I love it. I love it. A lot of people are saying you're going to voicemail. I'm so sorry. Keep calling. It's like the radio station. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I got Naya here on the phone. She's live right now. Maybe when she hangs up, the line will be open. I don't know. I don't have some fancy switchboard. It's my phone. I don't know. All right. I appreciate you guys calling in, Naya. That is awesome. You know what, Naya? What we're going to do is, Courtney, can we ship juices? What are our options here? What can we do to help her out? I mean...
I am not shipping right now.
Okay.
However, Naya, just message me and we'll work it out.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. So Naya, she said messenger, she's going to work it out. And Courtney, I want to work with you to pay for what Naya needs. Naya is quarantined in her dorm. She needs to make sure her immune system is up. So she's not the third caller, but I'll sponsor and pay for whatever she needs as long as it's under $5. I'm just kidding. She can have anything for $5 or less. No, whatever she needs, I'll take care of it. We'll take care of her, and we'll make sure she's straight. If we got to send her a juicer and get her juicing herself, whatever we got to do. After I get my wife a juicer, let me make sure I do that. We're going to take care of her and do that. Naya, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate having you.
Thank you.
Thanks for checking us out. We'll take care of you. You message Courtney. Courtney, you get in touch with me. We working it out for you. We'll make sure you're taken care of.
Sounds
Thank you so
good.
much.
All right, Naya. Take care. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye, Naya. All right, that was the lovely Naya Smith. She is just. How do you know Naya?
So we went to church together. And she has led camp that my daughter went to, and she's just amazing. I always tell her, like, you have a bright future, and she's just an amazing young lady.
Naya, I was Naya's youth pastor, so I just need to take some credit for if you saw something in Naya that I'd just like to say I planted some seeds. Yes, Naya was a kid that was in like children's church and youth church, asking questions that I couldn't answer. I'd be like, I don't know. That's a good question. I'll get back to you next week. She's brilliant. She has a bright future. And I'm going to say now, Naya's going to be president one day. So
I'd vote.
we're gonna start her campaign. First we got to make sure she stays healthy, and we're gonna support her campaign. Shout out to Shamar Logan. Shamar, welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. We're doing a live call-in show. People, the line is open. I don't know what's happening. I got a 330 number, 837. I almost called out somebody's whole number. I'm gonna call this person back. We'll see what happens here. We'll see if we get them. See if they answer. They might think I'm a bill collector. We're gonna try another live call. See what happens. Everybody's saying they're going. Hello, hi, you're live on Lucas Live. Did you give us a call? Can I ask who's calling?
This is Jackie Scott.
Oh, Miss Jackie Scott, welcome to the show. See, look at you. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely, wonderful Miss Jackie Scott, huge supporter of the show. She was in the comments. I saw you saying it's going to voicemail. Well, I got your voicemail, and we're back on with you. Now, you aren't the third caller, but you are our second caller. Miss Jackie Scott, you said that you are a fan of what Courtney's doing. Tell us your experience and what you think about what she's doing.
You know what? When I drink her green juice or let me go back to my phone because I get to see that. I drink her green juice. I have more energy, Lucas. I highly recommend everybody getting that green juice.
Uh-huh.
Her, all of them are good. The green, the beet juice. My skin looks so good, and I feel good.
I love it.
I don't know what it is about all that she puts together, the fruits, the vegetables, and the spices. I highly recommend it. It's just like getting back to eating.
I love it. I love
She
it.
puts it all in a liquid form, and it's just wonderful.
She said, hi, Miss Jackie.
It's well worth it.
She said, hi, Miss Jackie. She's excited. She appreciates all your kind words. She's over here smiling and glowing. Again, we don't know if that's the lighting or the juices, but just a part of what comes with the juices and the sea moss and everything. So thank you so much for being a caller. It's our first time doing this. I know you've been with me since day one, so we're changing and doing new things here on Lucas Live, and I always appreciate your love and support.
Okay, Courtney, I see you. I've been a faithful customer of hers for months, and I got to get my elderberry juice from her.
All right, sounds good. She'll be contacting you for some elderberry juice, Miss Courtney. All right, Miss Jackie, you take care.
Talk to you later.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next call is going to be our third caller. Our third caller is going to win the prize. Before we get to the third caller, what is it like for you, Courtney, to receive so much admiration and praise? I'm sure people see you, they come up to you, I'm sure they're thankful, I'm sure they're talking to you about it a lot. What has that been like? Because like you said, you're more of a quiet person, kind of stay to yourself, and now you're kind of out in the spotlight. What has that been like for you?
It's challenging, just because it's my personality. I am naturally introverted. I'm naturally, like you said, very to myself. But at the same time, I feel like we have to step into our purpose, And so if I can even just motivate one person to just think about their health, mentally, emotionally, holistically, then I feel like I'm doing what I was put on this earth to do.
I love it.
And so I just say thank you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it is so important that we step into our calling and be all that we're supposed to be. I just realized that my phone is not getting any calls. It's not in its calling because I had it set to business hours. So it probably was like, no, we're not taking any calls. So ladies and gentlemen, try to call in now. Let's see if we get one live. I don't know what's going to happen. I think I just fixed that. I don't know. But I love that. I think it's so important. And I know what it's like. You and I were talking today about boxes and how a lot of times in life we're living inside of boxes that other people created. And I was sharing my journey because I'm feeling it and I'm experiencing it. And you said you felt the same thing. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts about that and how that journey's been for you.
Well, I mean, I feel like when I started my health journey, it also, I believe that it's all divinely connected. So, mind, body, and soul. So not only do we need to be good to our body and, be mindful of what we put in, but also what we're putting into our mental, what we're watching, what we're listening to, the conversations that we partake in, the words that we're speaking to other people. I feel like it all goes together. So, before I have always been a little, insecure or lacking confidence. And there's some stuff that I went through. I had to grow up very early in life. So like this journey that I'm on, it's just, knowing my power, knowing that I'm divinely created and just walking into that with confidence. And so it does take some work. It does take some work. And for the longest time, I did feel like I was put in this box and, I'm expected to do this. And, this is what society expects. And this is, what a wife is supposed to be. This is what a mom is supposed to be. This is, what a good family person is supposed to be or a good friend. And it's like, I really have to take time for myself.
I love that. I think it's and I do have a live caller on the line. It's our first live caller. I don't know who this is. They could be a great fan or they could be a lunatic. I have no idea. But we'll get to them in just a minute. They're on hold. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for participating in this and staying with us live. We do have 2 giveaways. So this is our third caller. They're going to get to choose either the sea moss or elderberry. And then we're going to take the 4th caller and give away the last prize. But I love what you're talking about. And I think my new statement has been there are no rules. And while I do believe there are rules, I think there are rules. I don't think we could do whatever, but I don't think a lot of the rules that we think are rules are actually rules. I think we create boxes. A woman can be an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, go to college, do all the things that you're doing, and still be a great wife and a great mom and a great everything else. It doesn't mean you have to sacrifice one for the other. So as you've learned to live outside that box, for somebody out there listening, how have you balanced it? Like, you're in school, you're in a master's program as well, an entrepreneur. I don't know what else you got going on. Help us understand. And then you're a wife and a mother. What all are you doing on this side? And then how do you balance family?
Yeah, so right now I'm in school for clinical mental health. So I'll graduate in August. And so I'm doing my practicum right now where I'm actually taking on clients. So that's just twice a week. I juice on the weekends and I, make sure that I'm taking orders throughout the week, but I also do detoxes on social media. And then I'm a mom and I'm a wife and of course all these other titles, a daughter, a friend, a sister. And so what was so valuable for me is being okay with saying no. It sounds cliche. It sounds, like, it's easier said than done, but actually just doing it and, not feeling the need to explain yourself, not feeling bad about it. If it's something that is not in your capacity or if it's not something that you're called to do, then say no, and that's okay. So when I learned that, it was so freeing for me. We talked about the word liberating. It was very liberating because, I'm saying yes, 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 and then I don't have time for myself and I'm running on E, and just starting to say no, and then being very intentional about my schedule and my time with my kids, with my husband, with myself, with my schoolwork. So
I love it. And it is a very liberating, as you guys know, our call here is education, motivation, liberation. We're here to educate, motivate, and liberate you. And it is liberating, right? When you get out of that box, when you're like, I can be all things. We are limitless in God, and we limit ourselves because of people. and the world structure and all the things they're like, God is able to do anything and everything, and he's good all the time, and he can do anything through you and for you. And then we're like, but that's not likely, that's not real, that's not practical. And I've been one of those people who's always so practical until I've hampered my own faith and belief in the Almighty God, the creator of the heavens and earth, the creator of the universe, can't manage my business and my life and my family. Like, he can't help me figure that out. Like, that's child's play for him. That's easy for him. So I hope somebody out there is liberated, somebody out there who's struggling with that. And I love what you said. You need time for you. If we don't learn to take time for ourselves, that does not mean you run off and leave your family for 6 months and disappear and they can't find you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't mean you disappear. But it does mean you could leave for whatever is agreed upon between you and your spouse in your life, and what works, and women's retreats and men's retreats, and we all and solo retreats if need be. We all need time for ourselves. I think it's so important. Courtney, we're going to go ahead and get to this caller. They've been waiting patiently. They've been on the phone for 5 minutes on hold. I hit them with the welcome to Lucas Live, please hold. I don't even know what I'm doing. I never did that before. That was fun. I feel like I'm Martin on the radio. All right, so we're going to hear this voice live. Welcome to Lucas Live. Can I ask who's calling? I say, welcome to Lucas Live. Can I ask who's calling? Wait. Oh, that's my fault. I don't have you on speaker. Can I ask who's calling?
Maria Talbert.
Say your name one more time.
Maria Talbert.
Maria Talbert, welcome to the show. Glad to have you. You are our third caller. Congratulations. You are the winner. We are celebrating. You are our first live winner on the show of Lucas Live ever. One more time for Maria Talbert. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for following the show. Have you been a fan of the show for some time? You've been watching us?
Yes, I have.
We really appreciate it. So why do you think this is something that you would be interested in? Which one do you want to choose? You can choose sea moss or elderberry, and let us know if you've ever used any of these products and why you're excited to have them.
I have never used any of the products.
All right.
I was interested in getting to learn more about the sea moss.
Okay.
And then I heard her talking about that elderberry, so now that has piqued my interest a little bit.
Uh-oh.
I'm just trying to learn about this and trying to get healthier and do better.
I love it. So it's your choice. You choose one, you get one for free, and then we'll make sure that you also get Courtney's information in case you'd like to make a purchase and support her business. You may want to go ahead and get the other, yourself. So let us know, Maria, which one would you like to choose?
Let me try the
Does she have
elderberry.
questions about it?
All right. She said the elderberry. What was your question, Courtney?
No, I was just wondering if she had any questions about them, but
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Courtney was asking do you have any questions for Courtney?
So the effects of the elderberry, what all does that do again?
She said the effects of the elderberry, what all does that do again? What can she expect to the medical benefits from elderberry?
so the main purpose of the elderberry is to really boost the immune system. So you can use it as a preventative and also, when you're pulling the infection out. So, cold and virus. So if you take a tablespoon a day during the 6 seasons, it just kind of gives you that protection. And if you do become ill or get under the weather, then you up it 3 to 4 tablespoons a day, and it'll help to, kill that virus.
So I don't know, Miss Maria,
There
if you
are
can.
other, sorry.
I don't know if you can hear her. I don't know if you have your phone or you can hear her on the show. Okay, good. I didn't know if it was causing feedback. Okay, great. Go ahead, Courtney. She hears you. Go ahead.
So I was just going to say there are so many other benefits. That's just the main one that it's known for. But, it is an antiviral, and it helps with, your skin. It helps with a couple other things. So you can also, look it up, and it'll show you, so much more that you can do with elderberries.
I love it. Miss Maria Talbert, thank you so much for participating with us today. Make sure you follow us at Lucas Live Media on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere else. And keep checking us out because we'll continue to do more great giveaways. We'll be in touch. If you can actually text this number, your name, so that I have it in here as your contact information, and we'll make sure we get with you to get you your prize.
Okay, and I greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We have our first live, like call-in caller and winner. Ladies and gentlemen, the phone lines are back open. We have one more prize to give away. I'm going to put the number back on the screen for you guys to see. You guys go ahead and call in. The elderberry has been taken. That sea moss is available. Let's talk a little bit about pricing. And I need to know this personally because my wife needs a juicer and a sea moss. So Lord help me, I don't know. When people get the sea moss, about how much do they get? Like how long does it last? Say like it's about a week's worth, it's a day's worth, it's a month's worth roughly. And then hold on, I got a caller here on the line. Wait, hold on. Hello, caller. Let me see it. Wait, this caller, I know this caller, and I don't know what this caller is doing. I don't know who this caller think. Hello, caller? Hello, you're live on Lucas Live. Can I ask who's calling? This is my crazy wife. She done called the line. She done got Corinne Marie.
Yes, am I the winner?
You are the winner. You are the fourth caller. She want the sea moss. She out here going crazy. Thank the Lord, because I was about to be buying sea moss. Oh man! All right, well, sea moss.
I got you, Glenn. Hey, boo.
She got you.
Am I live right now?
You're live right now. People can hear you.
Pause the show. Hey, Lucas Live audience. I'm so hyped because I want to see Moss. Hey, Courtney.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. So, Corinne will be live with me tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Make sure you guys check us out. We got relationship talk tomorrow morning. My beautiful wife, Corinne Marie Tyndale. Now, ladies and gentlemen, she did not call my phone number. She called the number like we told everybody else to call, and she won. I told her she could. I didn't think she would, but the girl done called in and won. Amanda's rolling laughing. Naya says, yay, Corinne. I don't know what's going on. My wife done jumped in. So let's talk.
I was blowing you up.
That's hilarious. I love it. The call-in show. Are you enjoying the call-ins, honey? What do you think about this new call-in deal?
I like this.
It's fun. It keeps you engaged.
I can win.
Right.
You know I like to win.
I know.
When you
Oh.
were giving away stuff on the 100th episode, I didn't participate because I was like, that's going to be tacky if I won. But when you got out here talking about sea moss and juice and stuff, I'm like, I want to win.
That's hilarious. My wife does love to win. All right. She don't play around. Don't catch her in Uno, Taboo, a race, a sea moss competition. She coming for you. All right. She loves to win. So, all right, honey. Thank you so much. Congratulations on being our fourth caller, our second ever live winner. And I will see you this evening. And I will see you live on the show tomorrow morning.
Thank you for allowing me to participate.
Anytime,
and win
sweetheart.
sea moss.
Anytime, sweetie. And we're going juicer shopping tomorrow.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Y'all heard that? Okay.
Uh-oh. All right, sweetie. Love you so much. Thanks for calling in.
Love you.
All right, bye, sweetie. Bye. All right. How funny is that? All right, Courtney. All right, so real quick, tell us how you know my wife. Tell them how you guys know each other.
So Nate and I, of course, we have your books. What is it? The Marriage Plan?
Yes, the Marriage Plan.
So his and hers, we have them. We've read them. Yes.
People
yes.
buy these.
Shout out
Check
to
those
the
out.
Kindles.
Yes.
So, honestly, you guys are just an amazing couple. Corinne is my girl. I really look up to her, like Nate looks up to you. And so I am in the She Wins Society with Corinne. And then we've also participated in some of you guys' couples things that you guys have done at the church. Was it the couples nights? Do you guys still do that?
No, but we should. We're going to do some more at the house, okay? We're going to have y'all over, have a good time, all right? So, yes. And you guys were always great participants. We appreciate it. And it's so important that people invest, like they invest in their physical health. And we're going to talk a little bit about mental health. If you still have a little bit, we may go over a little bit if you're okay on time. Are you okay on time?
I am.
The correct answer is yes. If anybody says no, I'm just like, what are they? They got kids or what?
I was like, no.
I know. My kids need me. Right. My house is falling apart. Okay, good. People need to invest in their physical health. they need to invest in their mental health. And they also need to invest in their relationship health. For people, even singles who are getting ready for a relationship, it ain't as easy as it sounds. The wedding is great. The marriage is, it's a thing. It takes work. It ain't all songs and movies, right? It takes work, compromise, and growth, right? So we have to invest in that. So
absolutely.
I love that you guys have always done that and supported us and allowed us to support you guys. And we just honor and respect you guys so much. So yes, she is your She Wins sister, part of She Wins Society. Shout out to the She Wins Society and the great things you guys have going on there. All right, so tell us a little bit about pricing, quantities. There's people out there who I know who are interested. They weren't one of the winners, but they still want to win by being able to support your business and support their own health.
Absolutely. Yeah, so my website is complete. Shout out to Derek Curry. He is amazing, and the website looks amazing. He is so talented.
Shout out to Derek Curry. Shout out to my man.
So it's all live. I just have not launched it yet, but it will be launching soon. But in the meantime, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Life Liquids, or Courtney TK Chester, and I can give you a copy of my electronic menu. But right now, so the sea moss is $18 for 12 ounces. Okay. And so if you take a tablespoon a day, then it'll last you at least 2 weeks. That's at least. A lot of times it will last you a little longer. It just depends on how much you're using it.
Right.
It's good for about 4 weeks in the fridge, or you can freeze it.
Okay.
And then the elderberry syrup is basically the same thing. You keep it in the fridge or you can freeze it. A tablespoon a day of both the sea moss and the elderberry syrup, but the elderberry is actually good in the fridge for 2 months.
That's awesome.
And that'll last you, that's actually $13 for 8 ounces. Mm-hmm. And that'll last you, depending on how many people are using it, that should last you at least 2 weeks. That's so awesome. It just depends, because if you have a family or sure. If you're making your spouse take it, so it really just depends.
So you said 8 ounces, so you're not just, I got a 20-ounce bottle of water I drink in like 3 seconds. You're not just supposed to take this stuff and go to work.
No. So the sea moss and the elderberry, you take in moderation. A tablespoon a day is really all you need. Again, if you're under the weather, then you would up the doses of the elderberry, but that's, if you're fighting off an infection, a virus.
Awesome. So along with this, ladies and gentlemen, we have about 3 minutes till we're at the top of the hour. Don't worry, the Lakers don't play for another hour, so relax. I promise we will be off well before the Lakers game, so calm down. But we wanted to talk a little bit about overall holistic health. What is holistic health, and help us understand what that means to you and what should that mean to all of us?
So holistic health to me is just taking care of yourself fully. So taking care of your mental health. Unfortunately, we do live in chaotic times. So, if things are getting to you, if you've experienced trauma, which most people do, there is, if you look at the statistics, so many people have anxiety and don't even realize it. And so they're trying to cope with it on their own, and they're not taking care of themselves. So it manifests into other things. And so stress can literally kill you. And so you want to make sure that you're taking care of your mental. You want to make sure that you're taking time for yourself. Whether my favorite thing in the world is what I call a healing bath. And I just make this bath absolutely amazing and fabulous. And I put flowers and herbs and bubble bath, and I have some tea. And I just kind of sit with myself and whatever emotions I'm dealing with at that time, because we're human. Yeah. We have a lot of different roles. So it's just important to give ourselves that time, talk to someone. In the Black community, there is a stigma on going to talk to a counselor. There's a stigma on taking care of your mental health. And so my passion is helping to break that stigma by talking about it. I've done counseling individually. My daughter, who deals with fatherlessness, has been in counseling. She still is in counseling. My husband and I have done marriage counseling. And, it's amazing by just getting, someone with that professional help and their perspective, what that can do.
So that. And thank you. Let me thank you first, though, for calling out so many things about your family, because a lot of times we talk about what people need and we're not honest. Like Corinne and I, when we wrote the marriage plan, our business is all up in that book. Like we're talking about our stuff, our sex life, all kinds of stuff. Like we're just being real about, it's easy to talk as an expert and just say, I know everything, or I've arrived, or I've overcome everything, or yeah, I went to counseling 20 years ago, I'm good. But to say we still deal with stuff. Your older daughter dealing with fatherlessness, missing her father, and obviously having your husband in her life, but there's still a dynamic there. And I think that says something, because most people would say, well, there's a new father in town, you should be fine. But that doesn't mean they get over the hurt of missing their biological father. And so I think a lot of us are sweeping that issue under the rug and not dealing with it. There's a lot of single moms who don't have any man in the house and their kids are dealing with that absence, but the family and the parents are not helping those children get the help they need to deal with it. As you also said, in the Black community, we have been lied and tricked to believe that we should not be taking care of our mental health, or we should pray everything away or whatever. Praying is great. God is good all the time, and he's good enough to send you to somebody who can help you deal with your stuff. So we got to get past that, and we got to get the help. So thank you so much for calling those things out. So continuing on, and Andromeda is here, founder of the She Wins Society.
Hey, girl.
Shout out to Andromeda. We've been shouting out the She Wins Society already, Andromeda. You know how much we love you. If anybody's interested in joining She Wins Society because you're looking for sisterhood, you might want to go on a women's retreat, but your church doesn't have them, or the church only goes over to the buffet and they ain't never been out the state, and you want to go do some fun stuff, you need to join the She Wins Society. They're also doing virtual events. They also support each other's businesses. SheWinsSociety.com, I believe, is where you can find out more information. There's a fee to join, but it's well worth it, I promise. My wife's a member. Amanda, my producer's a member. Courtney's a member. Half the women you know doing some amazing things around here are members of the She Wins Society. So shout out to Andromeda and the She Wins Society. So Courtney, back to you. Again, holistic. So you walked us through some of your own things, mental health. Continue, help paint that picture for us of what holistic health means.
So the mental health, even emotional health, it kind of ties in with the mental health, but there's so many things that we have buried, or a lot of us have buried, and we might not even know that it's affecting us, but it is. So whether it's a relationship with your parents, or, there's so many different things that can affect us in so many different ways. And so it's important for us to kind of sit with ourselves and feel those emotions, deal with them properly, and then release them. And then again, with your body, our body is a temple, our body is sacred. And so it's really important to just be mindful of, what it is that we are feeding it. So again, I never push my diet on anyone, but just making sure that you're at least listening to your body. So if you're eating something and you don't feel good after, or you feel heavy, or you feel sluggish, or you want to go lay down, like Thanksgiving's coming up and we know how that goes.
Right.
You might just want to be a little mindful, because food gives us life. It shouldn't make us tired.
Hold on, pause, wait, Courtney, I need you to say that one more time. I'm sorry. When we eat food, we have been taught, here we go again, especially in certain cultures like mine, we're taught, oh, I got the itis, oh, I'm just tired, oh, that food was good because I'm tired. That would be like putting gas in your car and then your car won't go, and you saying, well, I just put gas in it, so it got to sit for a couple hours. Right. Like, it was that good gas, right? It's premium gas, so it's got to sit for a couple hours before it can go. Food is our fuel. Tell us again what you just said.
So when we eat, we want it to give us life, right? So we don't want to eat dead food. Our body, we're not a cemetery. We're not a graveyard. So we really want to eat to live. And so, there's a famous phrase that says, eat to live, not live to eat.
Right.
So, it does take some self-discipline, especially in the culture that we're in. And, if you are in the Black community, then, we make food taste amazing because of some of the things that we've been through. We were given some scraps and we made it taste absolutely like heaven. But we are not living in those times anymore, and we can eat from the earth.
I love it. Like, we are not slaves. If you don't get you
Yeah, we
some
can
fresh
eat
fruit,
from the earth.
right?
And it's a challenge, it's an adjustment, and our body is used to that. So
Yeah.
that's why I, offer different detoxes where you can just try it out, for a couple of days. So I've done 3-day detoxes, I've done 7-day detoxes. I do personal health consultations. Um, and just see how you feel, even if it's just one day.
Yeah.
So it's just different things. So the body, and that includes self-care, love on yourself, on women, on your time of the month, massage your womb, give yourself your own massage with your favorite oil. And just I think it's just really about just living in some peace, creating your own peace, creating your own sacred space. Your home should be your sacred place, every room. So it's not just a bathroom, it's your hydrotherapy room. It's not just your kitchen, it's your kitchen laboratory, it's your healing
Love it.
laboratory. It's your bedroom, it's your
Wow.
sanctuary.
Courtney,
So,
Courtney.
yeah.
This is so good. Like, this is such a rich conversation. I think such a needed conversation. And for men and women, I think it's important for men and women. I think especially women, though, they don't, man, to say those things. A lot of people, for a lot of women, their house is their prison. It's the place where they serve everybody. It's the place where they cook and clean endlessly. It's the place where every time they give life, it takes a little more of their life away. It is not all those wonderful things that you talked about. That bath is the kids' bath. That kitchen is the kids' mess hall. And you're saying take those things back. You didn't say kick everybody out, but you said it's changing the way you think about it, changing the way changing the way you treat yourself in those places. So you go make that special bath and enjoy your time, and lock the door and tell everybody out of order, out of business, taking time to myself. This is me time, and that's okay. Going in your kitchen and using it as your laboratory and making that be okay. Giving yourself a massage. That doesn't even sound like a thing. That sounds like, well, wait, what? You get to give yourself a massage. I got to give you the massage, or I got to pay for a massage. But to say to a woman, one, you can do that. Two, there's a lot of single women out there who don't have a man, and they're letting the flavor of the month in for this week because he said he'd give me a massage when he was in my inbox. So sister need a massage, so they done let brother B over here in. She don't have no older brother, and we're making a lot of mistakes. Not just loving ourselves, taking care of ourselves, especially for women. I think that is a powerful, powerful statement. And here on Lucas Live, super pro women. I want women to be empowered, and I believe as a man I have a platform and a place to say that to women and to other men. So thank you so much for sharing that. The comments, people are loving this. They like, girl, hook them up. They like, how can I get one of those rooms you spoke of?
You create it yourself. You create it yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. I could walk you through. Inbox me.
I love it. So you guys make sure you reach out to her. Tell us again your how people can get a hold of you, because it's important. Some people are going to get off of this. Somebody right now is watching this and you're feeling compelled. Your instincts, Courtney talked about it earlier today. She said at times we don't follow our gut. We don't follow our instincts, and we don't follow through with the things we know we're called to do. Somebody watching this right now, you're being called to reach out to Courtney and support her business and pay her for her services. Yes, that too. And your budget's tight and your bills are forget all that. God is going to work that out. You trust that it's supposed to be something you're supposed to do. It'll be fine. It'll work out. But in supporting her business, she's going to support you with life. She is giving life-giving things. What would you pay to have more energy? What would you pay to have more peace? What would you pay to relax? You could go pay $100 to get a half-hour massage. Or you can learn some of these things to make your house a sacred place. Courtney, I love that you said that. You said that about the woman's body, and you said that about the body, the human body, and about our homes. People are always talking about secret things. We teach our girls, your body, that's your secret, that's your this is your body's secret, hide yourself. You're like, it's way deeper than secret, it's sacred. It's sacred. Yeah. What does that mean?
I I just feel like, when something is sacred, that means that it holds so much value. That means that,
Yes.
it's godly. We're made from God, so we're godly beings, and we just have to
Yes.
tap into that. We have to know that. And when we know that, then that's when we start to listen to ourselves more. That's when we start to love on ourselves more. That's when we know what to say no to and what to say yes
So
to.
good.
That's when we feel, that's just when we feel at peace. Because
Yes.
there's so much that we can focus on that's not right in the world. There's so much, of our, so much negative energy that we can take on. But when you are aware that you're a sacred being, then all of that just kind of washes away. You are able to bring up whatever you've been through, whatever you might feel, whatever that makes you feel shameful or guilty or
Yes.
dirty. You're able to bring that up, sit with it, deal with it, and walk in your power. So I'm not saying stuff it down. I'm saying you do need to bring it up. You do need to deal with it. You do need to seek some potential help and talk to someone. But at the same time, know that you were created divinely. And so you're a divine being. And so it's just time to start living in your power and walking in your power. And just watch the doors open up. Watch how much peace you feel. Watch how much things that are not even concerning you don't even matter anymore. Watch how you start speaking to people. Your words will become medicine.
Wow.
Your circle will change. It just will become a better mother, a better wife, a better friend because you're caring for yourself.
That is so, so good. So to all the men out there who are like, oh no, my wife is about to lock herself in the bathroom for a couple hours, and I got to deal with these little jokers. Right. Let her do it because she'll be a better her. I know every year my wife goes on a women's retreat and she goes to some of the She Wins events and she comes back refreshed. She comes back better. I hold her down while she's gone and she comes back and she's running circles around me and she's at peace. She's like, babe, I'm at peace. I don't even want to hear anything negative. I don't care what happened in the news. I don't care what happened anywhere. I am at peace. And I believe that's where God wants us. And I think we make things harder than they are. But God is a God of peace and purpose and a plan out God. I said the other day, God is like a parent who has a plan for us. And so it's like he laid our clothes out the night before, but we like our kids, change the outfit, right? We change the plan. We're like, I don't like that. I want to do this. I'm going to be this. I want to, and we're always, when our kids are young, we're like, what do you want to be? What do you want to be? We never teach them to seek God, seek guidance, find out what God wants you to do and what you want to be. We're like, whatever you want to be, you can be it. Well, yeah, you can, but that may not be God's will for you. And you might make your life harder because you chose some nonsense that had nothing to do with your God-given purpose and abilities. And we have to free ourselves. But understanding that mindset that we are sacred to God is so powerful. So, Courtney, you've been amazing, insightful. Before the show, I asked you how old you were. And you are friends with my one of my very favorite people in the world, Miss Brittany Fox. She is here in the comments. She's telling you to preach.
Hey, Britt.
Miss Brittany Fox is one of my all-time favorite people. She was one of my students, so I'm that much older than you. If you grew up with her, then she was my student at daycare, and I'm 38. And I said, how old are you? Because my thought was, I know you're quite a bit younger than me, but you're so mature. You're like so much older. And we talked about this before the show, and I was like, how old are you? And you said you're 29. Is that right? So you're not even 30 yet. And I said, but you're so old. And then I was like, you don't tell a woman she's old. And your answer was what? When somebody says that to you, what do you think of?
I know that I'm an old soul, and I know that I'm a little different, but I own that.
Right.
So it's all good.
I love that. It's a level of maturity and wisdom, and your husband as well is like such a wise person, beyond his years, just a wise, caring person. You two are a dynamic power couple, powered by God. My wife and I say that about ourselves, but we're not saying it because we're the only ones. We're saying it as an example to others who are meant to be shining their light in the world and helping other people. Courtney, thank you so much for being here on the show.
Thank you for having me on the show. I am so proud of you. Like I said, Nate and I love you and your wife, and I'm sure, this is the first of many.
Absolutely. I can't wait to have you back, and your husband will be on soon. I'd love to have you both on sometime. I'd love to have you as a part of a panel. We'll work on that together. Maybe we can put something together. and have some of these important conversations that you're starting today. I see this as being more than just a one-time conversation. When we talk about self-care, holistic care, loving ourselves, taking care of ourselves, I think this is something that needs to be shared more. So
Absolutely.
thank you so much, Courtney. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for being back with us. We're off of our hiatus after our 100th episode. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. My wife and I talking relationship talk. Come bring your questions. We may take live callers, live questions. Who knows what's going to happen? We'll see you guys real soon. Everybody, have a great